Hello, good evening. Good evening. My name is Taiwo Akinyele, and thank you to Greenzone Academy for having me here. And special thanks to everyone who made this possible. Thank you to parents, caregivers, and school administrator that I will be delivering this speech to today. Thank you so much. So I'm going to be talking to you about harnessing your artistic talent in the 21st century. So, what do we mean by this? Harnessing your artistic talent simply means to take charge, to be in control, and to utilize what you have in this 21st century. A talent, on the other hand, simply means your natural aptitude, your natural skill, which could be inborn. It is that thing which you do effortlessly. So it comes to you natural. It is something that whenever you're called at any time of the day, you are able to represent something. You are able to create a masterpiece. And that is what talent simply means. Talent is so unique to every human, and every human being is born with talent and greatness. So some have discovered their talent at tender age, while some are still yet to discover their talent. This is what talent simply means to everyone. I'm going to take you through the journey of talent discovery today and as well as talent monetization. So you need to have something before you can place a price on it. That is what will lead us to talent monetization. And what is that thing you have that you want to convert into cash? What is that thing you have that you want to take charge of or be in control of? And that is talent discovery. So, how do you discover your talent? And you might have been engaging yourself in doing some things which you don't even know that are your talents. Yes, talent in human can be multiple. So you may know how to cook, you may know how to dance, you may know how to do all different kind of activities. But have you been able to find one specific talent that you can build on, that you can develop on your own? So I said it the other time that it is something that you do effortlessly. What is that thing that you do effortlessly? At tender age, I discovered that I have this skill of scribbling on walls and creating some kind of designs on chairs, bed, and every other things we have in every other furnitures we have in the house. And I get beaten on all this. So why creating some of the things in the house? So at times my parents don't find it funny at all. So I received several beatings on this because I'm trying to express myself. And that is what everyone nowadays, everyone who have discovered their talent at this age, have also passed through. So they tend to share with you what they have gone through their parents. Just take for instance Toby Amazon. So she shared with us those things she faced with her father during that moment of trying to discover her talent. So at that peak of discovering your talent, you will go through several pain. You will go through several challenges. All you need to do is not to give up and to keep on moving. So there will be discouragement. People won't like what you do. and not everybody will be a supporter of what you do. You are your own supporter, and you need to make sure that you don't get to lose the talent you have inside of you. Okay, like I said earlier, what is it that you have inside of you? What is your strength? What talent do you have? Have you been able to discover it? Have you been able to see those things that you can do effortlessly and to build on it? You can be multi talented, several skills abound inside of you. And have you been able to find one to build on? Not to be jack of all trade, as they say, master of none. Your strength is that thing you that thing that you do without any pain. I find drawing so easily to do. It comes to me naturally, but some people struggle with it. I may not be able to sing, but some people can sing very well. The drawing I'm able to do naturally is my strength. Why the singing is my weakness. So I'm weak in the singing aspect, but I gain my strength in the drawing aspect. So I've been able to see that this is what I can do better and this is what I cannot do better. And I've been able to build on that thing which I can do better, which is drawing and painting. And I've been able to pay less attention to that thing which I cannot do very well. There's something you have inside you that you can do very well, that you can do without anybody forcing you, that you can do without stress. Have you been able to discover it? You need to have your strength and you need to have your weakness. You can't know all the things in this world. You are not omni-knowest. So there are some things that you can do, and there are some things that you cannot do. Those ones you can do are your strength. Those ones you cannot do are your weakness. Once you find your strength, try to build on it. Try to see a way to get people to know you, showcase it everywhere. And that will lead me to share with you the story of my friend, Joe. Joe discovered his talent at tender age at the age of 6. Joe has these unique abilities inside of him, this unique talent of mimicking the sounds of animals and humans. Joe was able to even try to imitate people, the way they talk, the exact way they talk, and their gestures. It started with mimicking the sound of animals. At the age of 6, when he made that sound of animals, when he mimicked the sound of goats, his parent thought something is wrong with him, and he get to mimic the sounds of other animals. People get to laugh at this because it's a unique abilities. When Joe mimic the sound of his mother, people would think it's his mother that is talking without knowing that he is the one uh, talking. So this talent is so unique. One day, they uh, they went to the church And it got to happen that people who were to deliver in the church a kind of secular music on that day weren't around. Joe volunteered himself that he is going to deliver the secular music, and people were so bothered about this, that how can a child of 6 years old say that he want to sing, he want to do this, because he is outspoken. His mother told him to sit. That no, this is not where he needs to be displaying all sort of attitude. But one of the pastors called the mother and asked and told her to give Joe the chance to perform. Joe was given the chance to perform, and it made everybody proud. Everybody was so marveled at his performance. Since then, Joe has been recognized in the church, and it delivered his performance awesomely. Joe is now a dance instructor now, and he also tutor people on music. So this is how to discover one's talent. Every other great people you hear today also discover their talent at tender age. Why were they able to make it to that age? Is because they were not shut down. People don't look down at them, even though they get to hear people's critics all the times. People criticize their works and everything all the time, but they keep moving. This is how you get to develop your talent. This is how you need to bring your talent into it. Like I said the other time, that talent is not something you keep at your fingertip. You have to expose it to the world. Talent is not just like plantain, like unripe plantain that you have to keep inside a sack or try to wrap with different sort of clothes before it can get ripe. Both the unripe, both the ripe, both the process and the finished work need to be displayed. They need to be showcased to the world. Just do your thing, let the world judge you on that. If they criticize you, keep moving. Don't let that weigh you down. So don't keep your talent at your fingertip. Expose it to the world. So once you discover your talents, always make sure that you keep upgrading it. You keep on advancing by the day, because people who don't nurture their talent tend to lose it at the end of the day. So don't let this be you. And I said it the other time that we're going to quickly run through uh, talent monetization. How do you monetize your talent? One of my clients shared with me recently on how he was. Let me just brief the story. And he was a choir minister, and I think he's still a choir minister. So he sings in the church and carries people along. And I think it started in the church just by giving free service, and he doesn't monetize it. And they once they are done performing, so all you receive is God bless you. So he told me this just recently, that he will be leaving his church for another church. I asked him why. He told me something happened last Sunday that he doesn't think he'll be able to bear. So I asked him what really happened. He said during a concert they had recently that the pastor had to bring someone to perform in the church, and without his consent, that person came to perform in the church and was paid. That this is not just happening, that it has been happening several times. That once they bring in someone into the church, they pay the person, they reward the person handsomely, and he is getting God bless you. God bless you. We God bless you pay the bills? Oh, and I called him to order. Come, this is it. How did you started with your church? What were those things you put in place when you started? He told me when he started, he was just doing it just for the fun of it, and he was not even thinking about monetizing because he know he's working for God. Fine, you're working for God, but have you considered the bills you have to pay? Have you considered some other things that you will also need money for? Yes, God bless you, but let man bless you first before God bless you. It is because you have refused to package what you have. You have refused to put what you have into use. You have refused to attract a fee to what you do. That is why people take advantage of you. I'm not saying it's bad to give something out for free, but when you're giving out something for free, you need to have another part where you have it for a fee. So you give it out for a free in some part and you give it out for a fee in some part. So with this, you won't even feel the burden. Yes, I'm into humanitarian service, and some of the things I do, some of the service I render to people for cash are what I use to fund my humanitarian service, which is I Matter initiatives. So I don't depend on people giving me, probably supporting my initiative. So there's a plan at hand that generates cash for me, which I'm using to fund that humanitarian service I'm running. So this is how it should be for everyone. And I told him, let me go back to my friend. And I told him, you need to package what you have into something that people will see and won't be able to resist your offer. How do you package what you have? By organizing seminars, by coaching. So by coaching people on that thing which you have inside of you, by building a credibility on the online space and even on site. Let people know that you are in charge. Let people know that you are in control of your talent. And don't let anyone control you. Don't let anyone just give you a peanut for that which you do. Let there be a price tag on that which you do. Let there be a fee. Let there be an agreement Before anyone can bring you up for anything, before they can be in need of your service, let them have a feel of what you have to offer. There should be value and there should be something given back in place of the value. So you must show them that this is what you need to offer and this is what you're getting out of it. Before you go into agreement with anyone, ask them what is in it for me, because that will not make you cheated at the end of the day. There should be an agreement. You must have a lawyer that you talk to that gives you advice on what you need to do, and you prepare a legal document in that aspect. That is how people will perceive you as an authority in your field or in your chosen niche. So he was so glad about this the other time, and I know right now is putting them into use. So there are several ways to monetize your talents, and one of them is through online courses. I run an online courses in drawing and painting, and people for this, sign up for the courses. So I do take them both physical and online. I have schools that I manage that I happen to be their art instructor, and I have students that I manage also on the online space. So these are ways I generate cash to feed my family. And another way you could consider is a coaching program. Being a coach, being a trainer, or you mentor people. You tell people what to do and you share your knowledge with them. People want to know what you got inside of you. People want you to pass the baton onto them. And this is where mentoring comes into play. You need to show people how you arrive at this stage you are. You need to let them know those things that they needed to do and those things that they are not meant to do. This is what makes you an authority in your field. This is how people are going to perceive you as an authority. And it's going to help you because you have already gained credibility. And another thing to consider to monetize your talent, your skill, or your ability is to organize a training workshop. Organize a training or a workshop where people comes in, then you impart them with your knowledge. You let them know that this is how you do this. This is how I do my painting. You show them the process. Let them see how you get everything done. And the next thing you need to consider is to write and publish a book. That will make people perceive you as an authority the more. Because when they get to know that you're an author and you've written a book, it takes time to write a book. You need to put that knowledge into writing. Let people see that this is your process. Share your story with them and let them know where you're coming from. This is a way to gain credibility in your field. So you may also consider being a freelancer. I'm a freelancer on Upwork and Fiverr. I I give out my service to people on the online space, and this has to do with me engaging with international clients. So international clients may not want to get your service if they don't see that value you have delivered. If they don't see that people have shared their testimonials and reviews, because they are also skeptical about engaging people. So how do you get to bridge this? By making sure that everyone you work with, everyone that engage your service, that interact with you on a daily basis, get to give you a review of what your service is like. They get to give you a feedback on what they feel about your service. So this is in form of a testimonials where you can put on the online space, probably on your site, on your website, where people are just going to read it once they click on your site. So as a freelancer, that is what I do. Anyone who I engage with, anyone who engage with my service tend to give me a feedback on what they feel about me, what they feel about my attitude towards the work, and what they feel about the service I render to them. And I put this on my website so people can get to read through it anytime they visit my website. So this makes people perceive me the more as an authority in my field. So as you journey into this journey of discovery, so make sure that everyone you interact with gets to say something about your service. Let them comment on what you do. Receive the accolades. Let them put the accolades into writing. So let them say what they feel about what you do. And the next thing you need to consider is to become a consultant in your field. So becoming a consultant might uh, okay, that will mean that you need to be certified. Yeah, you need to be certified before you can be called a consultant. So you just don't say that you want to be a consultant, you want to consult to schools, or you want to consult to people who are in need of your service without being certified. You need to apply for courses that will enable you to gain that certification of being called a consultant. With this, you'll be perceived as an authority in your field. You tell people the do's and don'ts of that things which you do because you have passed through those things, and you need to enlighten them on what they are meant to do and what they are not meant to do. This is how consultants deliver their service, and you will be more perceived as an authority in your field. And you will gain some other referrals from people. People will refer your service to people, then through connections, so you get to uh, build on yourself. So once you're getting those accolades and everything, make sure you share it with your audience. Let them know that yes, they need to know you, they need to like you, and they need to trust you. So this is how you gain credibility both on the online space and in the physical space. So one of the ways that artists generate income now is through minting their work on NFT. So How do you meet your work on NFT? So there are several sites you could sign up to. So you could sign. I am using OpenSea for now to meet my work on NFT. You could read everything you need to know about NFT before you can say you want to meet your work, you want to meet your art in that. And NFTs will enable you to gain more hands, and you need to make sure that you have a large number of works you have done in the past before you could be recognized as an as someone who mints on NFT before people can be able to uh, get some of your craft on NFT. So these are ways you could monetize your talent. Monetize your talent through online courses, through coaching program, through training and workshop, through writing or publishing a book or even ebook. Ebook is something that I dive into right now, which is digital information. So so easy to write an ebook now. You can get some software, some app that can be used to do that. Then you convert them into PDF. You make them available for your audience, and you can run a Facebook ad, Instagram ads, and every other advertisement that you think will enable you to fast track the process. So consider writing an ebook, even if you're not publishing a hard copy. Make sure you have the soft copy of what you do in a written form. So you need to work as a freelancer, as I said earlier, and you need to gain certificate to become a, a consultant, and you need to mint your art on NFT. So what's your take on this? So you have to be open to learning new things every day. You need to accept constructive criticism because people are going to criticize you. That is for sure. Not everybody will like what you do, and not everybody will even like you. That is so sure. But don't let that weigh you down. You need to keep going, keep moving, and keep developing your craft and keep owning your skill. You need to avoid people who criticize your craft destructively. Yes, I've come across people back then when I just started rendering my service to schools. So where some school will tell me what I'm rendering to them isn't what they needed. Yes, I accept this. So based on yes, your choice of delivering maybe of our deliverables may be different, but you don't need to say some harsh word to the person. So I received those kind of words then, and when I see people sharing such with me, trying to weigh me down through my craft, through what I'm rendering, so I tend to avoid them because that will affect my creativity. So it's going to affect my thinking. So rather than having someone around you who criticize you destructively, so why not just hide yourself from them? Yeah, you hide your face from them. So that is it. So when people criticize your craft destructively, always find a way to dodge them because seeing them every day will affect your creativity. You need to surround yourself with people who spread positive vibes all the times. and avoid those ones that spread negative vibes, because creativity grows in a positive environment. Creativity grows around positive people. So surround yourself with people who share the same thing, the same mind, just like you do. Surround yourself with like mind in essence. And you need to focus on becoming more creative every day. You need to sign up for that course that will advance you, that will upgrade your craft, your talent. You need to sign up for them and gain some certification in that aspect. That will also boost your CV. And don't strive for perfection because you will never reach it. But make sure you work every day towards becoming the better version of yourself. Make sure you develop yourself every day. If there's something you need to learn about art, there's so many things you can gain on the online space now. YouTube is a wide place for people to gain knowledge, even without being in the classroom physically. So you can sign up for courses online, you can watch YouTube tutorials and the rest of them to develop yourself. Some of the artworks I render, the hyperrealism and every other artworks I render, they are lens from people through online, yes, and physical. So I have to be there to watch them do it, to see the process myself, to feel the process before I can also create the same thing. So keep learning, learn, relearn, and unlearn. You need to keep owning your skill. You need to keep owning your skill. You need to keep upgrading yourself. That will make you uh, be more creative, and it will also add more creativity to you. So you will gain more credibility in your online space and in the physical space in your niche. So you gain more credibility. It makes people perceive you as an authority. So these are the things you need to take with you. You need to make sure that you're open to learning new things every day. So this is all I'm willing to share with you today. And if you have any question based on all I've said earlier, so make sure you direct all the questions to the group chat, and I will make sure that I take my time to respond to them one after the other. Thank you so much once again for having me here. And thank you to everyone for listening to me. Thank you so much, Mr. Kazim. I'm so grateful for everyone. So I am Taiwo Akinyele, and hope to be back here again. Bye for now.